Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over some knee-jerk reactions for game week 32. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 50 likes. Leave a comment, how is your game week 31 going? It's been a bit of an interesting one. Subscribe if you're brand new. With all of that out of the way, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, I'm just going to be going over how I'm currently doing in game week 31, and I'm honestly having a decent week, to be fair. I think I'm currently sitting on 53 points with 4 players left to play. I still have Weghorst playing on Wednesday, and then tonight I've got White, Lacazette, and Saka. So if Arsenal keep a clean sheet and Lacazette or Saka get any kind of returns tonight, I'm going to have a really, really nice week. But yeah, certainly in the 53, obviously just due to Doherty and Son's holes yesterday. So happy that happened, because I've not had Kane at all, like, all season. Apart from when I've like free hit him in and stuff, and it's constantly just been Kane getting all these returns and then Son just not getting anything. But the last 2 weeks, Son has just absolutely flown past Kane on the points department, so very happy about that. And also Doherty with a 14 bomb as well. Honestly, it's what dreams are made of. But it could have been even better, you know. Sarr conceding that goal as well, 2-1 to Wolves. That would have been another like 4, potentially 5 points if he got bonus and stuff there. Obviously Robertson got me 6. Trent didn't play. I did change Trent out last minute for Ben White, because obviously Trent was I mean, like, we got the team news like just before the deadline, but it was literally like a few minutes before. So yeah, I just quickly put Trent onto my 3rd spot on the bench, which I was just not feeling happy about doing at all. But of course he didn't come on. I thought he was going to come on and make an appearance point, which is why I did it, but he didn't come on anyway. So if you did play Trent, you know, you're just going to get your first bench off regardless. But yeah, played Robertson, obviously Doherty with a 14 bomb, and then Laporte as well. My transfers this week was I took out Jimenez for Weghorst because I had 2 free transfers. I didn't take a hit, and then I also took out Digne for Laporte. And honestly, it couldn't have really gone better, because Digne, I think, went off on like, he went off really early in that Wolves game, so he's obviously injured. I don't know what his injury he's actually got. We'll obviously find out more about it, but I brought in Laporte anyway just before, because I know that like Cancelo is the better City defender, but I think game week 33 I want to take Robertson out for Cancelo and just have double City defense, because their run of fixtures towards the end of the season is just ridiculous. And I know that not both Cancelo and Laporte are going to play every single week, but hopefully every week one of them should play, and then obviously when they both play, even better. But yeah, Laporte got me 6 points, so happy with that transfer as well. Rafinha got me 5 because of the assist. Salah captain, I know it's just kind of a little bit all over the place with Salah at the moment, but did blank, and I think he came off early as well. They did get a penalty, but of course Salah wasn't on the pitch, so that was really annoying. And then Son got me 12, could have had more. He missed a, I don't want to say it's an easy chance, but by Son standards, he probably should have scored when Kane pinged that ball to him, and then it kind of just drifted past the post. I mean, if that went in, that would have been another 5, which would have been 3 bonus as well, but then I think Kane probably would have got a bonus as well. So I think in hindsight, it might have been, I guess, a little bit better. I'm not really sure. We'll have to see what happens. And then Weghorst obviously picking up a yellow card, only got 1 point. I wasn't expecting him to get anything in that game anyway. It's the Everton game where I'm expecting something. And now as well, Keane going off with a red card, he can't play. They've also got other problems in the defense. I think Weghorst could potentially, and I can't believe I'm saying this, run riot in that game. And then obviously on the bench, Foster got me 1, Broja 2, Ramsey 2, and then Trent didn't play. So yeah, 53 points with 4 players left to play. Really happy with how my game week is going so far. Another big green arrow. Let's move on to the most transferred out and most transferred in players this week, though. And number 1 is Tony so far. I mean, that result against Chelsea away, who would have thought? But yeah, Tony didn't get in any of the goals. But yeah, most transferred in player. They've got West Ham at home next. So yeah, I think people are probably just bringing him in just simply because they're going to get rid of like other strikers and stuff. But yeah, Tony is the most transferred in player this week, which I was very surprised. I was expecting to see someone like Son or Doherty or someone like that, but it is what it is. Maddison, another player who's just ticking over constantly, to be fair. I mean, he got unlucky in the last game, because obviously he had that goal ruled off for a very controversial foul on Varane, I think it was. But I mean, yeah, Maddison, Barnes, both good options. I'm definitely bringing in one of them 100% at some point in the season for Rafinha, because they will have doubles coming up and stuff like that. And then Jota, another player being transferred in, of course, did score that brace. The only bad thing about Liverpool forwards is now is because they've got so much options. They've got Mane, Salah, Firmino, Jota, and then Diaz. You know, it's going to be difficult kind of seeing who's going to play. And I mean, that City game, I think next week will kind of give us an idea of who Klopp thinks his best front three are. I potentially think it will be Salah, Mane, and Jota. But I mean, Diaz has been playing really, really well as well, so I could easily see Diaz starting. But yeah, I think that game is going to be showing us what Klopp thinks is best for Rio, which are, of course, more likely to play in the big games. Because, of course, after that, they've got, like, United and stuff as well. And then Bowen, another player, hitting the ground running. I mean, honestly, having the season of his life. I didn't realize he was probably going to be back for that game week. But the only bad thing about Bowen now is obviously after Brentford and Burnley, I mean, it's a tough one because, like, Brentford and Burnley, I mean, you know, probably should get something in those games. But then Chelsea, Arsenal, a little bit tougher. But then he's got Norwich, then City, then Brighton. So I don't think it's the worst idea bringing him in. He is only 6.8. So if you do have somebody like Rafinha that you're just trying to get rid of because he does blank in 33, maybe bringing in Bowen, like, now would be better. Because obviously he's got 2 nice fixtures coming up. And then Son as well, one of the most transferred in players this week. I mean, honestly, he's just a hold for me for the rest of the season. Like, I am worried not owning Kane, but I don't know. Kane just seems to be dropping so much deeper, and he's just allowing Son to just make those runs. And yeah, I mean, these fixtures towards the remainder of the season, as well as having a double against Arsenal at some point, I don't think I'm going to get rid of him, to be fair. And he's a nice diffie as well. Like, I know he's 24.1% owned, but, like, a lot of people have Kane. So, you know, when Son pops off and Kane doesn't, I have a really good game week like I did this week. But, of course, the only problem with that is when Kane pops off and Son doesn't. So, anyway, let's move on to the most transferred out players this week. And Coutinho, top spot, of course, does blank in 33. Villa do have 2 games to rearrange, though. One of them being Liverpool at home, though, which is a little bit tough. But, yeah, I mean, I understand why people are getting rid of him. You know, not the greatest fixtures coming up. And then, of course, does blank. So, understandable, especially when there are options like Maddison, who doubles in 33, and etc. So, I kind of get that. Broja, I'm surprised at, because, yeah, he can't play next week against Chelsea, but then he does double in 33, and I know Arsenal is a tough game, but then Burnley away, and then he has some nice fixtures after that. He's a nice price point as well at 5.5. I don't really think it's worth getting rid of him now, and you're just going to bench him next week anyway in 32. Like, would you, even if he was allowed to play, would you really have played him against Chelsea? I don't really know. So yeah, interesting to see a lot of people getting rid of Broja as well. I think as soon as somebody sees that red exclamation mark, they're like, they just think the worst, and they're like, I've got to get rid of him. But yeah, interesting to see everyone getting rid of him. Salah as well, you know, being one of the most transferred out players this week. Never thought I would see it. I think people are going to be like downgrading him to like Son and stuff. He does have City away, which is obviously, I guess, arguably the worst fixture of the season. Whoever you are, going to City away is always going to be a tough fixture. So yeah, I'm just surprised though to see Salah. I mean, it's only 27,000 people transferring him out. I don't think he'll have like a price drop and everything like that. It's just weird seeing Salah on one of the most transferred out, but he is a little bit out of form, to be fair. So we'll have to see if he can make up for it against the City game, because I'm pretty sure he'll start in that game. And then Jimenez as well, no surprise here. Obviously, red card, not back until the 24th of April. I mean, he blanks in 33. So yeah, honestly, I know that Weghorst only got 1 point, but I feel like I still stand like on that hill, saying that Jimenez to Weghorst was just the option this week. Like, his price is just going to keep dropping. You're probably not going to bring him back at any point in the season as well. You know, they do have a game to rearrange, but that's City at home. You know, they've still got Liverpool away, Chelsea away. And I know they have players like Norwich at home and stuff, but Wolves don't score like a ton of goals. And when they do, a lot of the time it isn't actually through Jimenez anymore. You know, they do have other midfielders that seem to pop in the ball. So, yeah, I don't think Jimenez is worth keeping at all. So if you've got him on your bench, you know, he's 7.5 mil. You could easily downgrade him to somebody like Broja if you wanted to, which would give you an extra 2 mil. I just don't think it's worth keeping them all. And then Bernardo as well, another player that is just being transferred out. I guess just because he was, I think he was benched, wasn't he, again in the City game? So yeah, but I mean, God, just look at those fixtures though for City, absolutely ridiculous coming up. So that's why I want some double City defense. So yeah, I think I'm going to roll my transfer this week for 32. My team doesn't look that good this week on paper, because I do have Laporte, Robertson, and Trent, which is obviously City and Liverpool. So unless it's 0-0, that would be perfect for me, but I don't think that's going to happen. But then I think in game week 33, I'll have 2 free transfers. Robertson to Cancelo, and then I'll probably bring in somebody like Schmeichel for Sarr, and then that's probably what I'm going to do. But anyway, that is going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. Leave a comment. How is your game week 31 going so far? Subscribe if you're brand new. It's everything from me. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.